Robert is on location in Warsaw, Poland with lighting designer Pawel Pajak. How do you know this location?
I've been here like quite a few years already, changing, the studio spaces. I feel really good here. Like the surroundings, the environment around us gives this feeling of like good vibe to create and to work and spend time and experiment and develop and all that stuff. So I'm finding quite okay this location. Actually, I really love the place, like the location in the city.
I wanted to start with taking a look back at when you first got interested in lighting and visual arts.
It started by accident, or maybe a better word to describe it. It was like triggered by love to music, let's say.
Okay.
So it all started with the music and with back in probably almost 25 years, organizing, let's say, first techno, let's call it techno music parties, events, and then the concerts and live arts and all that stuff.
In Warsaw?
No, that was my family town, which is like southeast part of Poland.
Right.
It's called Rzeszów, and it was like a quite famous club called Academia, run by a very creative let's say art director, Robert, and he introduced me to this, let's say, club events, and this is how it all started actually. Okay. So I would say like the passion, the love to like all the visual art, let's say, in general, was triggered. In my case, it was triggered by music, I would say.
How did it get from the techno parties? How did it develop from there?
It all happened very quick, actually. I just started to work with the band, and then with the other band, and then just realized that I'm working with one of the most famous bands in Poland, and doing like 200 concerts a year, and so it all started very quickly,
So you were in the right place at the right time, obviously, with those bands.
Yeah, also like with help of other people, they just gave me a chance. Obviously, I met Andrzej Groda, which was for me at that time like a person I would call a lighting designer, and he was running a lighting company, experimenting with lighting, and a foreign musician also. He had this specific approach to like doing lighting for music, and I was like, wow, there's somebody that's doing things really in an interesting way, like it's all about the music and emotions, and we just met each other, and I started work with him, and then after like I don't know, maybe a year or something, just decided to go myself, and then just create myself as a freelance LD, and this is how it all started. But with definitely there was a help of other people, like being in the right place is one thing, but there are like one or two people that helped me, like just to believe that I can do it, and just gave me a chance to play with the console, get some knowledge about technical stuff, and learn what this is all about.
Can you tell me about Percepto, which is your show production brand? I think you refer to it as. Can you tell me about why you started it and what the goals are?
It was 2016 to 17 as a idea of like a creative brand, either than a studio, and it's basically for now it has like 3 different parts, let's say, but we can connect them together also. So first part called Lab is like dedicated for creative production from scratch to show execution, and the other part is called VFX, which is dedicated for basically everything related to content, video content, either if it's content direction, production, designing, programming, or if it comes to all the latest technology like XR, AR, and virtual production. And the third part is like it's called Farm, which is originally is a concept that will provide education and workshops for anybody who wants to just develop their skills and grow and learn. So it's going to be like it is like a part of dedicated to education, let's say.
I know that you've been working with AR and XR content creation. Can you explain a bit about that, and can you also say how you see the possible future for this fitting into shows?
As we all know, this boom for all extended, all Rs, like
yes.
XRs, VRs, ARs, MRs, and all Rs, was caused by all the lockdowns happening around the world and pandemic time. So once everything stopped, I was also one of the guys that was looking around, and then with my approach to adapt and evolve and grow, I was looking around what to do next, and I found out that there are excellent, beautiful, amazing tools around also that can just be like a next step of either live shows creation or recorded or whatever shows, whatever events and shows. It's gonna stay, it's gonna develop, and then it's like we're using it a lot, implementing also from virtual production tools to our live production, and there's lots of bridges in between at the moment, and lots of influences also, and lots of tools are being used in both worlds at the moment. So I think that integration will follow and will continue to just develop in a very good way.
Obviously it's something that you're starting to explore quite extensively. And I know you recently created XR content for the movie How I Fell in Love with a Gangster. Can you tell us a bit about that, and how you got involved in the scope of your work on that movie?
Very interesting experience for me personally, and for the whole team that was working on it, because it was absolutely new experience, and we had some experience before and some skills and some development being done for XR music shows, let's say, using the same virtual production tools, but never for the movie, real movie for Netflix and for cinema. The first time we used Unreal Engine for this type of content, and tracked with the cinema camera and lenses, and that was really tough but really valuable experience.
As I understand it, you worked with the director before on live productions, in fact, is that right?
Yeah. We knew each other since quite a few years. We did a lot of big and medium size live productions, and then he also decided to go to the movies and directing and producing movies, and that was, I think, if I'm not wrong, his third movie, and first time using also a tracked content in real time. So yeah, that was also an experience for the whole film structure as well, DOP, lighting guys and all that stuff. It was also kind of new for everyone, actually.
Memorable moments or highlights from your career, are there one or two that you could share with us?
Concert at Wembley Stadium. I was collaborating with a band called Duran Duran for some time, and there was one very specific, one unique concert at Wembley Stadium. It was dedicated to Prince Diana, and that was really a huge experience for me. Working with Robert Wilson in a theater was personally the thing I will remember for forever, let's say. There was one crazy show also, opening and closing ceremony of first Islamic Solidarity Games in Mecca in Saudi Arabia, which is also very, it was a crazy adventure and a crazy show. Our first tours of Holiday on Ice, also starting as a programmer for UK-based designers. It was also very interesting experience with learning new skills and new approach to show programming, all that stuff. So there are quite, a lot of these moments along, 20 plus years.
What do you most love about your work?
First thing maybe is like for many years I wouldn't call it work. That's the best thing about it. I never call it like, okay, I need to do my work. For many years it was just a pure passion and love, and I felt blessed and lucky enough, like, I'm doing what I love to do, and then earning money at the same time. This is the part you can call like a work also.
Yeah.
But and other things are like, meeting, people, traveling, and, and constantly learning new things, like growing as a person, as a professional. And yeah, there are many good things about it.